Then the real fun... Well, it's almost over anyway, so... Then the real fun began. Hermione made sure to keep all the boys down on the ground for several hours while the cryptospores gestated. In a short time, each boy's ass blew off and produced dozens more fully mature crypto-polyps, each one envenomed and ready to serve its wicked mistress. Hermione smiled at her new army of skittering, chittering, gibbering cocks. Soon, she said, rubbing her hands together, I will rule this school. Finn.
Can you read the part right before I started recording?
About Ron's diarrhea and...
Sure.
I like the bit about the fuck juice and the pea soup.
Sure. Could you read from that on?
The entire thing again?
No, just like a little bit before when I whipped the camera out.
No, like what part of the story?
How about the part where... can you start at the part where the eight-legged cocks rape all the girls? And then on.
Okay. Harry was... Shit. I hit page down. Harry was chained up by his wrists in a dungeon chamber somewhere beneath the school. He had been impregnated by the crypto-phallus polyps in his asshole. They began growing steadily for the past few hours until he could barely walk. When that happened, Hermione had lured him into the dungeon, then overpowered him with her superior grasp of magic and chained him. When Harry said that was happening, or asked what was happening, she had just smiled and said, "You'll see." An hour after he had been chained, he felt his insides suddenly swell. Then, without warning, each of the polyps matured, then finally came bursting out. Harry's asshole blew open and his buttocks disintegrated as the crypto-polyps exited his body. Each one had matured into an 8-inch-long penis with 8 spindly arachnid legs and a pair of wickedly sharp fangs. The fangs were rooted in venom sacs which contained a fast-acting neurotoxin for paralyzing their mother's rape meat. They came skittering out, making a loud clicking noise as they moved crab-like across the floor. Harry made a sickening gargle as several dozens of the putrid things came racing out of his stretched, torn, bleeding anus. His then eyes rolled into his head, and a trickle of blood came from his left nostril. He was gone. They moved quickly out of the chamber and into the rest of the school. Because of their magical nature, they were able to secrete an acidic semen from their dick holes to bore tunnels through the walls of the school. One by one, they dropped into the Gryffindor girls' dormitory. It was nighttime, and all the girls were asleep in their beds, safe back from a trip from Hogsmeade. All the better. They worked quickly. Each 8-legged cock crawled up a bedpost and into the sheets. Each one stuffed itself into a juicy, young, teenage snatch. The girls all at once began moaning and shrieking. However, it didn't take long for each cryptopolyp to force itself into each girl's cervix. As soon as this was done, each cryptopolyp extended its magical potential in casting the imperious curse on the girl. Very soon, every single girl in the dormitory was under Hermione's control. Laying in her bed, the crypto-phallus smiled her reptilian smile. She sat up in bed and seized up her control of all the girls. They lined up obediently and moved behind her. Under her iron command, each girl crept into the Gryffindor lobby, then up into the boys' dormitory. The lobby awoke to screams and shrieks of agony that night. Each boy was being raped in the ass by a sadistic newborn crypto-phallus. The 2 stages of reproduction had been completed, and now rape was being committed en masse. Several boys, Ron Weasley among them, were lined up against the wall, helpless without their wands. Ron was having his rear end rammed by a pretty girl with an enormous crypto-phallus. "Spread your ass, sweetheart," said the girl. Ron, thinking this might ease the pain, reached behind him and pried open his pale, freckled ass cheeks. The crypto-phallus pushed its way into his tight asshole again and again, lubricated by blood and a bad case of diarrhea. This last was owed to some Mexican food that Ron had tried in a novelty shop at Hogsmeade. Suffice to say it had not gone well in his belly. "Ugh," said the blonde girl, batting her long eyelashes as she slammed her massive cock into the boy's poor ass, coming immediately. Crypto-phallus spore juice dripped out of Ron's raw butthole. The floor of the place was wet and sticky with blood, semen, spores, and a wet crypto-vaginal fuck juice cocktail, which dripped from the oozing cunts of all the schoolgirls. The boys on either side of Ron soon got the burning semen treatment as well. The wholesale rape of the Gryffindor boys was complete in a few minutes. Then the real fun began. Hermione made sure to keep all the boys down under for several hours while the cryptospores gestated. In a short time, each boy's ass blew off, and dozens of fully mature crypto-polyps, each one envenomed and ready to serve its wicked mistress. Hermione smiled at her new army of skittering, chittering, gibbering cocks. Soon, she said, rubbing her hands together, I will rule this school. Finn.
All right.
I still think that's the worst ending ever.
I believe that that's a good ending, and I honestly want to hear more.
This is just disturbing.
Who do you think wrote that?
Some idiot. Or some extremely weird girl who has...
I don't think a
No.
girl is capable of writing
I
that.
don't think a girl could use shit factory
True.
as an erotic term.
Shit factory. I'm glad that I got that. It's going on YouTube.
You're not
And
putting
also,
my face on YouTube or I'll kill you.
the